What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the King's Court, presented to you by SacktownRoyalty.com and sponsored by RateCrushers.com. Now, normally I don't do videos like this. Obviously, you guys have always seen I have the works. I have the whole thing going on, but today I had to do a quick one because I will be at today's game. The Sacramento Kings are facing off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The spread went from as high as 5.5 to where the Kings are now only 4-point underdogs here at home in Sacramento, where I will be at that game. If any of you guys see me, be sure to come and say hi. Also, just recently released on Sacktown Royalty was my most recent column about how it's time to stop using the word potential and start making those steps forward. And I think the first thing that they need to do is start making themselves an identity. What type of team are they? Everyone keeps saying, oh, they're playing at their potential. They're playing at their potential for moments in the game. So what is their potential? That's the question I'm asking you, because, I even said it in the interview with Grant Napier last week, where it's like, they're not a team that's going to be as athletic as the Memphis Grizzlies. They're not going to outshoot you like the Golden State Warriors can. Look what they just did against the Warriors, right? And again, a horrible no call by the referees. I don't know what these refs are doing, what they're looking at, what they're seeing. They are seeing it up close and personal. And I get it. The game moves quickly, but when it's your job to look at the person that's shooting the ball in a crucial moment of a game, to get a travel call followed by then a foul 2 days, 3 days, 4 days later, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. These refs are really going to have to step it up, and hopefully here at home against the Cavs, you're going to see the whistles start swaying in that direction as makeup calls. They don't do that, but they do that. So perhaps we see that from the Kings today, which is why I am taking those points for those that are my bettors that follow me here on this channel. By the way, if you guys haven't done so already, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button right now down at the bottom right, as well as hitting that thumbs up button, just so that the algorithm keeps pushing these videos out, man. We're going to keep having so many guests on the show throughout the entire season, including new things that are going to be coming out very soon. I can't talk on it just yet, but I'm very excited for the steps that what we are putting together here with Sacktown Royalty and the Kings Court podcast. Look, guys, it's going to be a tough matchup for the Sacramento Kings to come out and get this win today. A very tough matchup. Who's slowing down Darius Garland? Okay, we're going to say that's De'Aaron Fox. But Kevin Huerter, while he's been a very nice shooter and a very nice offensive addition to this team, his defense has still not been there. That was the one thing I was very worried about with him coming over from Atlanta, was the defense. Obviously, we knew he can shoot the ball, but the way he's been handling the ball has been great. But defensively, he has been struggling. And Donovan Mitchell has been on an absolute tear this season. Over 30 points in 3 straight games. This guy is a walking bucket, and he has those twin towers down low in Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley that can get hot at any time as well. So no real room for mistakes here for the Kings. If they're missing a shot, they have 2 big men down low compared to just Domantas Sabonis here in Sacramento that can grab rebounds. On top of that, they have these 2 speedy guards that are willing passers, but they are scorers. And don't get it twisted. If you don't understand Darius Garland's game yet, you will have to recognize this guy is a blur in transition. He can spot up and shoot the 3. He can get you off the dribble, but his favorite thing to do is pass. And man, that guy is a really good passer. The vision on this kid is ridiculous. Harrison Barnes is going to need to step up. Isaac Okoro just isn't the player that they thought he was going to be. He's a serviceable player, but he's not the player that you thought he was ever going to be. And Harrison Barnes, who has been just a shell of himself to start this season, needs to step into this role and really start taking over in this game early. Because if we're going starting 5 matchup, that is the one spot where you're going to have the advantage. Everywhere else, I'm leaning toward the Cavaliers. And that's including Keegan Murray guarding Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley is arguably going to have his best day of the season here tonight with that big mismatch that he has. Whoever's on him, whether it's going to be Rashawn Holmes or Keegan Murray. And I do expect the Kings to obviously continue rolling with their same starting lineup, but that's a tough task. And it's going to be up to Harrison Barnes to, really find himself in this game. Because once you move toward the bench, I think out on the perimeter, Davion Mitchell, going to be a good defender out there on Karis LeVert or whoever he decides to guard. Malik Monk can get hot at any time. So then you're kind of just playing the shooting game. But then you go down low, and it's Rashawn Holmes versus the red-hot Kevin Love. Kevin Love he has found his role on this team. He's finally taking on that veteran role that many kind of figured he would start fading after what we've seen over the last couple of years with Kevin Love. But no, man, he has found that jump shot again. He's rebounding, and he's doing almost a double-double every single night with 2 3-pointers in just 20 minutes of action. So you're going to see him for only a limited time, but when he's on that floor, he's putting up buckets. So you got to be aware of where Kevin Love is at all times. Look, all around this Cavaliers team is coming at you. There's a reason why they're number 2 in the Eastern Conference, sitting at 8-2. They're coming off a very tough loss in their last outing against the Clippers, and now need to make that up with Milwaukee losing Giannis Antetokounmpo for tonight's matchup against OKC. The Cavs have a chance to take over number 1 in the Eastern Conference, and they're playing the Sacramento Kings. This is where De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, that pick and roll action, taking advantage of those mismatch with Fox's speed on those bigs is going to play a huge role. I want to see that on every possession. Look, I get that Herter and Sabonis have built this nice pairing, but the pairing that worked was the Ox and the Fox in that high pick and roll. De'Aaron Fox needs to see that more often in tonight's game to get that lateral quickness downhill and to just keep Jared Allen and Evan Mobley on their heels while he's driving in. So those are going to be my takeaways from today's game. A new show of the Kings Court, a full show where I'm answering all of your guys' questions, will be tomorrow to talk about the win or loss of this game from the Sacramento Kings. And so until next time, Sacramento Kings fans, peace.